crews kind of gave us a shot in the arm after the Epic years, because we were sort of, as the Epic star kind of faded, we were still doing good on the road and stuff, but we needed some outside inspiration, and the crew gigs really inspired a lot of good music from us.
They were fun.
And I mean, economically, it worked out well for it, because I mean, it's expensive to go on the road, so we could go to an area and have a private crew gig one night, and then at the same club have the public gig. So we not only had way too much fun, it made more sense economically too. It really saved our butts a lot of times, and it wasn't, the fun was.
Is there one? We have about 10 minutes left, so I would like to open it up to some questions in a moment or two. But is there any one gig that stands out in your mind? Whether it was one of the crew gigs, any of the crew gigs in the history of the crew gigs, whether it was a Mom's that springs to mind? Can I mention that?
We had so many. It's hard to say that.
There's instances in a lot.
I got to tell you, the four-night run in San Francisco that we just did was. But I mean, a favorite one of mine is when we were backing up Earl King on the Riverboat Presidents, which was a huge boat, and B.B. King was a headliner, and that was Earl's hero. So Earl was a little nervous and started drinking Jack right out of the bottle. So by the time he got on stage, he was lit.
Actually, he went into B.B. King's dress room with me and drank B.B.
His
whole bottle of Chevy.
So at one point, he's trying to do his little Earl King dance, and he got the guitar wire wrapped around his ankles, and he's hopping around, trying to fall over. That was kind of special.
I think my favorite gig was, one of the memorable gigs was the 20,000 Freaks Under the Sea. It was a snafu gig some years ago, and we started with Breezin' by, we had never played it before on a gig, I think, by George Benson.
Oh, yeah.
We started with Breezin', and I wrote Fountains of Neptune and Heavy Planet and a bunch of different songs for the gig. And it just seemed like there was a flow between us and the audience, and the night was just, just a real special, memorable night.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones where we're hitting on it, but when the audience is perfect and feeding us back to energy.
There was one in Las Vegas. We used to play in Vegas every year when the Dead played their shows. And everybody, I mean, widespread, everybody have a show at one of the casinos. But this one night we played with, it was us and Hot Tuna, and I mean, that show was just epic. I mean, the audience,
that was the very last gig in the old Aladdin Theater.
Yeah, and then they blew it up after that.
We also played the last gig in the old original Fillmore in San Francisco before the earthquake destroyed it. A lot of lasts going on.
We're also the last band to play at a club in Thibodeau when it burned down the next night.
That was a blessing.
It was an editorial comment.
But we had all kind of cool stuff. We had one night at Jimmy's where by the end of the night we had Warren Haynes on Robbie McIntosh on guitar, Harry Shearer,
Mark Quinones
on bass, Mark Quinones on percussion, Wicks McCartney's keyboard player on keyboards, and it was just crazy.
We had a ton of people on stage.
Yeah.
And you're going to have some guests out there today.
Yeah, we're going to have a few.
Great. So we have just a couple minutes left. If you have a question, I'd appreciate it if you could walk to the microphone, and we'll try and do this fairly quickly. And if it's not appropriate question, we'll just move on.
We'll answer those. We'll answer those.
The answers are simple. The questions are complicated.
Anthony.
I was one of those Tulane students, 78 to 82, and
tell them how you scammed your credit.
I did a theater arts project my senior year, and I had to do a 30-hour outside of school project, and a lot of people were doing things in plays and musicals, and I was a roadie for the band for 3 weeks. And what was really cool about it was the professor started showing up at shows the next year. So, so for me, your originals were originals, and your covers were originals.
Thank you. That's what we should.
And I think it's cool about the Muddy Waters and stuff, but for me it was really like, I heard some Beatles songs and Rolling Stone songs that I thought were Radiator songs.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, me too. The one song that really stood out was the night when we were at Luigi's, and I think you guys went and saw a movie. And,
what's it called?
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I think it would be great to hear how that, how did that kind of morph?
I'm not catching which song you're saying.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, Chainsaw.
Yeah, you saw the
I think
movie.
that's self-explanatory. That was a theme song, wasn't it?
No, I just seen the movie.
No! And Luigi's one night, the guitar started just going. That buzzy chainsaw thing with a kind of a Bo Diddley beat. And then Frank jumped off his drums and ran out to his truck and got a chainsaw and came back and started cutting up the tables and chairs.
And then we got fired.
And we got fired that night, and then the next week they figured out that that was not a good idea, so they rehired us. Sorry, I forgot about that. How do you forget that?
We have to pay for the tables and chairs.
Next question.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you guys for all the years of having good times all across the
It's for the people that we keep doing this. It really has kept us alive. Thank you all so much.
If y'all didn't show up, we couldn't show up.
Dave, I know your brother has a great band together. I don't know whoever saw them this morning. Are you other guys thinking about getting bands together, or are you going to...
Me and my brother Tommy?
Well, no, do you have another band playing?
You know, I'm not really thinking about it too much right now. I just want to concentrate on the Rads doing the best gigs we can till June 11th. I mean, I got some ideas. You know, Reggie's got some ideas, but me and my brother Tommy are thinking about doing something perhaps, but I don't really, you know. I'll let people know when I know. Thank you for asking, though.
Reggie? I have a new thing, New Orleans Suspects. So it's me, Willie Green from the Neville Brothers, a couple of guys from the Dozen, and a keyboard player. So we'll be out there.
Well, I hope you guys keep playing for the day you die.
I'm playing on it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to mention about a time that I saw you guys for the very first time, not the first time, but it was at a camp out in the Tafunk the Family campground. It was called the Bay of Pigs event. It took forever for me to find the place, and when I
Again, self-explanatory. Yeah, we had lots of fun at Tafunk. What happened to that place?
That was number 2. Bay of Pigs 2.
Oh, did it? It wasn't our fault. Thank you. That was a good time.
Thank you for playing every year here in the city of New Orleans.
Oh, thank you for coming out.
to see us.
You guys want to wrap it up with a song?
Hardcore? Texas Cheese?
In the street
if you ever decide to do this in the future, remember, no play music together in some other incarnation, because
Count me in.
those who mind don't matter, and those who matter certainly won't mind. So, and for all of us fans, we'll leave a quote from Dr. Seuss, who said, "Don't cry when it's over, smile because it happened."